Good morning, it's the 30th October and welcome to BFM's Morning Headlines. We're looking at the newspapers and how they're framing your news day. Edge Financial Daily and the Malaysian Reserve both carry the same picture story on their front page. One without our CEO, BFM's Chief Malik Ali. He's there. He was the moderator of a discussion that had Idris Jalla and CIMB's Chief Nazir Razak. They were talking about economic issues as well as doing business in ASEAN, going global or regional in this case. One of the things that Idris Jalla mentioned was a global report on business and Malaysia's jump in the rankings. There you have it. New Straits Times reports it as surging to 6th. It also, in a very kind of laudatory first paragraph, talks about how the Prime Minister has achieved his target well ahead of time. It says that when he came to the office of Prime Minister, he vowed to bring Malaysia to the top 10 by 2015. It's not even close to 2015. We're already in the top 10. But if you look at the report online, you'll see that we were 8th last year. So some disputes are about the facts. Were we 12th and jumped to 6th, or were we 8th and moved steadily to 6th? So anyway, Utusan Malaysia also has that ease of business. So that's their headline, and also the bottom of the page, their little campaign against the DAP, Democratic Action Party. Now, if you want to know more about Selangor politics, there is Sina Harian. It carries on with the story there, but the frame, the main story is actually with the Deputy Prime Minister, and he asked to be forgiven for misunderstanding that apparently emerged from a speech he gave that seemed to tie the question of the reduction in sugar subsidies to the death of the former MB of Kedah. He died from diabetes. So he said that was a misunderstanding. He never meant to make that connection. So there, a rare apology from a politician. The Sun has a story following the Cameron Highlands tragedy. This is about TNB's vow now to make sure that all their dam facilities are checked. What they're claiming is they're going to be inviting an international body to do it. The question is, don't they have adequate expertise within their own management team to do those checks, which of course are essential for safety. So the Star carries on, perhaps a little campaign on behalf of the GST program. Here is a story about sugar and the reduction of the sugar subsidy, and will it affect the cost of drinks at your local mama? Might or might not, but anyway, they're putting in a bit of their campaign in support of it. The Malay Mail trumps Harian Metro. So there you have it. Living with wife's corpse for 35 days. Now that is something that even this headline can't keep up with. Bingkai Muslihat is about a man. Remember we talked about yesterday, the Ustaz who built a bungalow in Cambodia. Somebody was dragged into the story. He says he has nothing to do with that Ustaz and the misuse of those donations and funds. So, but this is the story. This story actually trumps the smaller story, which perhaps has a greater public interest value. This is a story about security guards coming after the bank teller murder. Apparently, this is the company that was involved, that was supposed to be suspended. Their workers are still out there guarding banks and such. So that's a bit of investigative journalism there. Very good. And a little recommendation for you. If you had to read anything this morning, try Nur Jazlan's column in the Malaysian Insider. Very interesting look at the culture of support and loyalty within UMNO from an UMNO insider. This has been BFM's Morning Headlines, and I'm Sharad Kitten, BFM.